Hello, chatter. Welcome back to a brand new flashy video. All right, we're liking Jar. All right. Anyways, yeah, like and subscribe. So today, Fortnite's been pretty greedy. So I feel like we should see what the most greediest things of Fortnite are. Let's go.
You're booting up Fortnite and seeing this for $20.
I know this is 2 months ago, but they might have predicted this because that's Toon Toon's in Fortnite now, bro.
Or what about a UEFN map charging 5,000 V-Bucks
All right, now this is stupid that you have to charge. This isn't Roblox. They're making it Roblox. They're making it Roblox.
to wipe out the entire
They're
lobby?
making it Roblox. Okay. Let's go.
Today, I'm investigating the greediest things in Fortnite, and you won't believe how insane this gets. It's all because Epic dropped an update this week, letting you now spend real money on maps. The days of no pay to win in Fortnite are gone forever, because you can now be charged 1,000 V-Bucks just to gamble.
This is like against some laws in some states. So Fortnite could get banned, or some countries or whatever. Fortnite could get banned. In those places.
It's happening everywhere right now, but the biggest one is Steal the Brain Rot. They released an entire item shop full of pay-to-win
Steal
loot
the Brain Rot.
boxes. The most expensive one will cost you $40 for just 2 random Brain Rots, and it probably could have been even more than that. And that's because Epic has 5,000 V-Bucks as the maximum limit. If you think about it, $30 back in the day would get you Save the World and early access to Battle Royale. And
That's
now,
crazy.
it won't even cover the cost of 2 Brain Rots. Sure, spending $20 every time you want to
Ninja,
open a loot box
Paper.
is gambling, but it's still not as obvious as the actual slot machine in the same game. And the reason we call this actual gambling is because people are making real money from it.
Yeah.
Don't ever do
This is really stupid, bro.
this, but there are already websites where fans are selling brain rots to other players for money. This means there are now kids out there spending 20 bucks at a time to try and get the rarest Lucky Block pulls, and then selling them on the black market for a profit. How insane is that? This has caused Fortnite to start cracking down on it before it gets out of hand, banning prize wheels from maps. Sometimes Fortnite's greediest things are from Epic themselves. Like they just announced that a VTuber is coming to the game, and if you want the collab early, you can play the Kazuna AI tournament. People saw that you could get rewards for placing in the top 900, hopped into their first few matches, and then Epic changed the rules in the middle of the tournament.
Okay, that's not cool, Fortnite.
You now had to place in the top 300 to get the prizes. It's one thing moving the goalpost, but to do it mid-match, it just feels wrong. So to really show off just
mid-match is not cool.
How crazy the last update was, some creators have gone out of their way to make the most ridiculous
Laser
pay-to-win
beam?
features.
Like
Laserbeam announced he was spending $1 million V-Bucks and asked for ways to blow all of his money. So one creator decided to add a 5,000 V-Buck purchase that kicks everyone from the game.
Kick the game. I thought we would kill all of them. Kick the game is actually
price
massive.
of just $40. You can make sure nobody else gets
That's
to play in
crazy,
your lobby.
bro.
It's a pretty hilarious joke, and even though it's meant to show how insane these pay-to-win features can get, it's still a real thing in a map. And what's insane is that 45 players have already bought it. This creator made $1,000.
All right, I feel like Fortnite should not. I feel like Fortnite should have never started paying their creators. I really feel like they should have never done that, but they can't go back now. So yeah.
In a single day because of it. And
really
Epic probably made a ton of money from the last Winterfest because it was the greediest one to date. For the first time ever, after 6 years of giving us tons of gifts, they decided.
You had to open it the day. It doesn't stack. Yeah, really stupid.
That we didn't deserve them anymore. Now, we had to work for them by logging in every single day over the course of an entire month. And if you missed only a couple of days, you'd be locked out of the free outfit telling you it was sent back to Lieutenant.
His sack? What is he talking about? Okay.
A winner. There was no reason for Epic to change tradition unless they were trying to get as many players as possible over the holidays. And it just ruins the whole point of giving gifts just for extra cash. So I've shown you how the new microtransactions have made everything pay to win. What I also discovered is how it gets much worse than that.
What?
You're totally allowed to sell one-time guns, even though a lot of maps are honest and let you keep the guns you buy. The ones who aren't are kind of greedy. When it comes to maps like Tilted Zone Wars that sell power-ups, obviously these have to be one-time only. Or it would break the game. But even then, microtransactions like this are still insanely pay to win. Especially because Zone Wars are meant to be mini BRs where you work on your skill. Now, instead of practicing, you're just fighting against mom's credit card that floods the map or even paying to destroy Tilted.
What?
1v1
That's
maps
kind
are
of
also
cool.
supposed
That's
to be
kind of
about getting
cool.
better at the game.
I
The
kind of
whole
like
point
that.
of a 1v1
But it's really
is to
still
have a
really
fair
greedy.
fight, get rid of all of the RNG, and just battle each other to showcase your skill. So that's why it's pretty hilarious that some modes let you spend 750 V-Bucks to skip through all the levels and get special weapons instantly. It just means 1v1 maps are going to be full of pay-to-win noobs destroying actually good players who are trying to get better. Okay, but what about the Fortnite modes who are struggling? So they add pay-to-win features to make money. Well, turns out that's about to become an even bigger problem because
why is there a baby 6'7"? What are we doing?
The richest maps that already have millions of players are about to get even bigger because of the sponsor tab. Yeah, there have been ads in Fortnite for a couple months now with some of the lowest quality maps getting tons of players. Someone could spend months working on their first ever mode,
dude,
and nobody...
That looks so cool, but people are going to go for stupid stuff.
Would see it because other people just threw cash at the problem instead. Epic is obviously profiting from all of these changes, but the most they've been called out for it was when they added sidekicks.
Oh yeah, they're so overpriced. They're like 1,000 like a skin, bro. They're
even though it's still going on, with extremely high prices only for you to be locked into a single design. The collab sidekicks are almost always more expensive than original ones, and yet they're barely customizable at all, while the original ones are custom, but you have to pay another $20 just to change their color.
Okay, yeah, that Fortnite's really great.
It feels like Epic were hoping the backlash to this would die down over time, and it kinda has. I don't know if that means the community gave up or just stopped caring, but either way, it still remains one of the craziest cosmetics in the whole item shop. Unless you're a Warner Bros. Fan. Compared to all the other collabs, these things are so expensive that it makes you want to pass out. Clearly, Warner Bros. Think their characters are worth more than anyone else, because for skins like the Adventure Time bundle, if you want every single item because you're a diehard fan, costs 8,700 V-Bucks.
Okay, that's fake. They changed that. Nah. They had to change that. What? Come on.
Then we got Wave 2, and this means for all of the items together, you're looking at 14,700 V-Bucks or over $100. Why is it this expensive? It's because of how the bundles work. For both Adventure Time and Scooby-Doo, they decided to put the most exciting characters in different bundles, which means you're forced to buy them separately, which ends up costing a whole lot more money. Like for Scooby-Doo, these two bundles are separated, so if you wanted the actual Mystery Inc. gang, it was 9,800 V-Bucks or around $80.
What? Taco Bell's new Let's Value menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3.
Extravagant.
Here is what nobody expected. There are now a ton of Fortnite maps that have their own currency instead of V-Bucks. You pay them your real cash, then convert it into something like gems to then spend that on items.
Oh, fuzz. Very sorry for that, guys.
Nobody expected. There are now a ton of Fortnite maps that have their own currency instead of V-Bucks. You pay them your real cash, then convert it into something like gems to then spend that on items. It's one of the most classic gacha systems ever, and it makes it feel like you're not spending real money because it's just gems, right? A lot of fans are already calling this out for being a feature Epic should ban, joking that nobody would be dumb enough to do this. It makes getting refunds harder than ever, not to mention it locks you into playing that map because you can't even spend the currency anywhere else. At least with V-Bucks, you have the choice to spend them in any mode. Like maybe you want to go give money to the Imposter map. This is a remake of the classic official mode. I love that map. And because Fortnite deleted it, fans went out and just created their own. Clearly with the new update, they wanted to add microtransactions to this, but it's pretty hard to come up with things to sell. So instead of cosmetics, they released boosts. This is a way to give yourself a higher chance for the role you want. And honestly, it's one of the craziest ones in the video because it's only a higher chance rather than guaranteed. And at the same time, it also means that if you want to play the Imposters mode in 2026, you gotta play a version that has microtransactions, even though the original was totally free. Sometimes Epic also ruin their own modes, like how they've just made rank terrible with a single change. In the past, you could earn reward styles based on how high your level is. It's a basic system that's in hundreds of games, right? Well, now if you want the exclusive cosmetics, you need to reach max level in every single mode. Dude, it doesn't pay to be the best at zero build or something. You also need to be good at everything just for some cosmetics.
That's so stupid.
But I gotta hand it to Fortnite though, because not everything they do is to make money. They've always donated their profits to all kinds of causes, giving back to developers and more, but they've also fixed parts of Fortnite that used to be greedy. Like, did you know that the game went 4 years without the ability to cancel your item shop
purchase? The OG. Oh my god. The OG Fortnite purchase, and that brings me back.
purchase. People had spent so
Maybe
long
back.
accidentally buying the wrong item or getting confused over bundles and then just wasting their
Even just
V-Bucks.
refund.
Then they try and get their money back with a refund ticket, but of course you only get a certain number of those. And so it wasn't until 2022 that they finally gave us the chance to instantly undo a purchase, and it's still saving people to this day. But you still can't deny that Epic has been scraping to take every last drop of our V-Bucks.
Yeah, you are right.
Ever since they allowed us to buy
Yeah, but they raised the viewer prices. Still really stupid, but you know it's kind of died down.
the exact amount we needed for skins, nobody's really buying huge V-Buck bundles anymore.
Yeah.
So to make up for it, Epic decided to change the price of the Battle Pass for the first time ever from 950 to 1,000.
Well,
They really wanted to squeeze those
they-
last 50 out of us, and this happened at the start of a brand new chapter. 950 was always a cool price because it meant you could keep those extra 50 V-Bucks
Yeah.
every season, and
What?
then combine them with the currency in the Battle Pass to save up for skins.
The OG,
I know
bro.
a ton of people who have complained about this, but at the same time, you could just subscribe to the Fortnite crew, get every single Battle Pass
I'm Fortnite crew.
for free, and have 1,000 V-Bucks given to you every month, so it is kind of hard
Yeah.
to call that one greedy. Especially if you already have Fortnite crew because of Xbox Game
Fortnite crew.
Pass.
No,
Now, look,
no,
the
I'm
fact
not-
that they tried to do
I'm not
everyone a
Xbox,
favor by
I'm
merging these
PlayStation.
two was pretty cool. Those of us who were already subscribed to both were now saving money. Or so we thought. On the very same day
What?
Fortnite was added, they hiked the price of Game Pass by so much that it basically ruined it for everyone. $16 a month to $30.
Oh,
And people were so angry
That's
about
Xbox,
it, the
that's not
website
us,
to
that's
cancel
Xbox.
Game Pass crashed. While most of the backlash was aimed at Microsoft, a ton of people also blamed Epic for this
What?
because if Fortnite Crew wasn't added, this may have never happened.
Dude, come
and
on.
something that doesn't sit
That's,
right with me
that's all Xbox or Microsoft or whatever, bro. Come on, don't blame Epic for that. Come on.
is they tried to act like it was such a great deal, but before the change, having Xbox Game Pass and Fortnite Crew was cheaper separate than combined. Fortnite needs to make a lot of changes to make this new microtransaction and UEFN update actually work. Because right now, it just feels a bit greedy. But Tommy, keep it here on
Top 5 game. Okay.
Top 5 game.
That was a good video. But yeah, it just shows how greedy Fortnite really is, dude. Now Fortnite is really greedy. Fortnite needs to work on that. Like there's only like two, like only like 2, 3, or 4, or 5 things that they're not greedy at. That's it's really stupid that they are greedy, but we can't really control them being greedy, man. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'll see y'all later. Yeah, have a good day and good night. See ya. Like, subscribe right now. Do it. Like, subscribe. Do it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.